Hey, this is Schizophrenia Sucks with Nick, and if you want to know about art and business and what it's like to make a YouTube video, this is the video for you. So, there seems to be two ways to make a YouTube video, and I'm not really sure what to do because it's like I didn't really think about this at the start, but you kind of have two options, and I've talked about this a little bit before. You can either do things like art and creative, and it's very low stress and easy. You just put out content that you like. And then there's also the business way, which is it's really hard, it's boring. You have to do a lot of research and analytics, so you have to look at numbers and graphs and like search for key terms and all this nonsense. It seems like kind of boring. I don't know if I'd actually want to do that. Um, so it's hard to say though because I mean, it depends what the goals are, and I have conflicting goals. So I'd obviously like this channel to take off and to make like more than SSI gives me. So it'd be great to work and to make like at least minimum wage would be nice just to have money and not be dependent on the government. But um, I'd also like to do it as a creative pursuit. So it's very therapeutic to make these videos, I feel. Like you're doing something good to help people. But that's kind of like the problem is that if you run your YouTube channel like a business, it's going to reach way further and help more people because you can do like all these editing tricks and like add like stock footage and do like little dopamine tricks and attention tricks to get people to watch. And that's not really what I want to do, but it would help get my videos to a wider audience. So it's sort of like it feels almost like the decision is made and I have to do it the business way because the business way is actually helping people. Like if you make great videos that help people but nobody sees them, is that really what you want? So it's kind of hard to decide what to do. Like I wish that I could just make videos and my YouTube channel would take off and I could make money and I'd be helping people, but it seems like you kind of have to go the business route and I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I'll find that enjoyable. I've looked into it. It seems pretty boring. It seems pretty tedious. Looking at numbers and researching keywords and having to use programs to find out what's like a viral video. Like it just takes the joy out of it and it takes the fun out of it. So I mean it is work, but um, you'd ideally like to keep it as fun as you can. And it's really hard to tell what you're improving at. Like I have a timer and bullet points now, and that'll let me have an idea of how long I'm speaking because I don't want it to go super long. I want to condense the information to be as concise as possible. And otherwise, you kind of ramble on and you might have your information more spread out over a long period of time. So if a video only needs to be like 10 minutes instead of 15 minutes, right, that's going to have audience retention and that's going to make YouTube recommend your videos more. So it's actually better to try to keep your audience engaged rather than try to like I don't know, hold them hostage or maybe basically you want to get out your information quick and you don't want to repeat yourself and you don't want to like stall or add like waste of time in there. Like maybe a joke or two. So like stuff that would make stuff that the viewer wants. So and it's also hard to tell if you're improving or not because it's so random. Um, how many views you get, how many comments you get, the average watch duration, um, the views. It's really hard to tell. Like oh, like it's not like oh you YouTube tells you oh this video was like 13% better than your previous video. It really is hard to tell when you're making progress, which is a bit demoralizing. Like if you go to the gym, every time you go to the gym, you get stronger at the start, and it's really obvious, right? Like there's more weight on the bar. You know you're stronger, but I don't know I'm getting better at making a YouTube video. I don't know if I'm increasing the satisfaction of the viewer, which is what it's really all about, is satisfying the viewers with the S, which is another thing. Um, like there's multiple people and they want different things, so I don't really know if I want to cater to people or not. So I could probably like maximize the business sense and cater to like the widest possible audience, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Like I'm not sure I want to change myself or dumb myself down because then you lose authenticity, right? Like if you're McDonald's, you're not like a great steakhouse. Like sure McDonald's makes more money than like a fancy steakhouse, right? But do you want to be McDonald's, right? Do you want to sell junk food? Do you want to like put transitions and like little um, editing tricks and stock footage to like trick people into watching for like a couple seconds longer? Like just tricking their brain, like, oh, click, like it's like a bunch of clickbait. And like, is that what you want to do with your life? Is like make clickbait and then trick people's dopamine receptors into thinking they're doing something interesting because you're doing jump cuts? Like, I used to hate jump cuts when YouTube first came out. I'm like, why do they do this? It's super annoying. And I realized that they do it to make it like they edit out pauses and they also do it to like make the viewer more engaged. So it's like a psychological trick to make their content seem like something's happening when it's not. So I don't want to give like junk food, empty calories to people. I want to give high quality content that people want to watch. And I'm not really sure if I'm going to have to compromise on that. Like I want to make I guess I could make the videos funnier. I guess I could do some stuff as much as I can, but there's also I want to be authentic and genuine in who I am, and I don't really want to give that up just to um like that's really important to me. That's one of my values. So I have to think about not compromising myself. Like it's like not compromising your art. So it's definitely a difficult decision to make because I've been looking at AI tools like, oh, should I put in video and like stock video? Should I pay for a subscription for this even so that I can have like interesting visuals and then people will want to watch more? Or like, is that really worth it? And I'm not sure. I mean, I know successful creators who I enjoy listening to. I just enjoy listening to their voice, and I don't need to see their picture. Like, I don't need video of them. I don't need video. I just want to hear their content. Like, I'm interested in what they have to say. And that's the type of creator that I want to be. But I also want to help people too. So it's sort of like, well, that might appeal to certain types of people, but maybe that's like the more the minority. And then maybe another problem is the niche of schizophrenia is likely small. So I might branch out to mental health. I'm not sure. I think schizophrenia itself, right? There's only like two or three other channels that seem to have very many viewers at all, and they don't even get very many viewers. So it's likely that this is a small niche and there's not a lot of demand. So that's also a little bit hard. It makes it hard and demoralizing to learn YouTube skills because you don't get much feedback. So if you have any feedback, so like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, whatever. But if you have comments, like even negative comments, like I need that to know what to do better. And I need like you can do constructive criticism. It doesn't have to be like crap talking, right? Like I don't really care. Like I don't get offended. Um, but I need to know what to do better and what people want to see. So if you have content ideas, like you are the viewer, so like you're my boss in a way, right? Like in the business sense. So if I'm running from the business perspective, you're my boss, right? Like I'm making content for you. I'm not making it for myself. In the art sense, I'm making content for myself. Um, so that's that like polarity. And I'm gonna try this. I think I'm gonna try it for at the very least 6 months. I was thinking a year or two. Um, right? If I'm not working and I'm trying to work, like this is my work project, right? Like to try to, like it's therapy, it's a work project, it's helping people, it's charity, right? Like I have already had people tell me that I'm helping them, which is great. Like I want to do that. So it gives me something to do. It gives me something to look up or look forward to in the morning, especially when I wake up. I have nothing to look forward to usually, but getting like YouTube comments and seeing my views go up and stuff, that's like nice. Um, and I'm already helping people, which is great. So um, I'm sure that for every person that comments that they got helped, it might help like 20 or more people. So that's good. So this has just been about the dichotomy between art and business. And I'm not sure there's much more I want to say here. But I don't know what to do. I've been doing tons of research on YouTube on how to start a small channel, how the algorithm works, like what people want, and like what the successful people do. And it doesn't seem like it all really applies to me. Um, I feel like if I wanted to like just work on YouTube and not do schizophrenia, that would make more sense. I'm not sure that schizophrenia is like the niche to go into if you're looking to like be successful on YouTube. So um, it might be like just a bad area, right? And I want to do this though, so I think I'm gonna do this. But it might be possible in the future I might make another channel. And the skills carry over, so all this work will actually carry over to the other channel, but it just might be that this is not the thing to do. And hopefully it gets off the ground. Hopefully I help people, but I don't want to be like a really small channel. I want to at least have some impact, right? Like people generally want their work and their life to have impact on the world. So if I'm not having a substantial impact, which is a bit subjective, right? Like how do you measure that? How big is enough? Is it 2,000 viewers on a video? Is that enough? Or is it 12,000? Or is it 20,000, right? Like I don't expect a schizophrenia channel to become like a big channel or even like a low, I think it's like a low medium. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna expect huge results or huge success, which is what I'm like. My personality type is kind of like I want everything to be big. I want everything to be a huge success. I want to maximize it. So like if I was healthy, I'd be like Mr. Beast. I'd be like spending not all my time, but I'd be like him spending almost all my time on work and wanting to get better and making great videos. Like that's what I'd want to do. Like why would I want like so you can do that from a business or art perspective. Like if you're gonna be making videos, they should be the best you can. And I realize I'm bad at making videos. Like I can accept that. Like I'm a newbie, NEWBIE. I'm new. I'm not a noob, NOOB, which is you've been doing it for a long time, but you're terrible. But I just don't like I don't like being at a low skill level. And I mean I can always remake all these videos at another time with a higher skill level to get a broader audience, or leave them up and make up like a 2.0 version. Because it's like it's to help people, so it doesn't really matter if you remake the same content. And I'd maybe label it as such. That way people know that I've made previous content. So it is a grind and it is a skill set, and I'm having to work on that. And art can be skill, like that's fine. Like I'm fine with skill. I like skill. I want it to be skill based, right? I want to work on it and get better, but it just seems maybe it's not exactly my thing or it's not something that I'm tailored to. I mean, I'm not going to give up, but I really don't feel this is like I'm in my own water. What is it? I forget. Like this is kind of like out of my territory. Doing a more creative pursuit. I'm more like I want to do like AI and machine learning and maybe programming or something like more technical, right? Something that's like a little bit more logical and intelligent. Um, so I may have to just do the business side anyway, but we'll see because the abolition and the anhedonia are a problem, right? If I don't get much joy out of stuff, I really need to find a job that I enjoy to keep doing it. Otherwise, I might just give up. And if I don't have motivation, it's going to be hard. Um, so those are problems. And the chronic fatigue is not a problem though. So this bypasses the main symptom of chronic fatigue, which is why I don't work. Like today, I literally just woke up and it's about 3 p.m. and I haven't worked on anything. Like last night, I was up till 1 in the morning researching YouTube and trying to figure it out. But I haven't. That's like a whole day gone by, and I haven't worked. Right. So that's why I need these part-time, make your own hours jobs, or maybe full-time make your own hour job, and Yeah, because the chronic fatigue is my main symptom, and it just prevents me from working when I want to, and it prevents me from working in general. So I think that'll be it. I don't want this to get too long, but it is that war between art and business, and every creator has to make money. Like I have money for food. I'm lucky that I have that, but I'd rather minimize my burden on society, and I'd rather like help people. So I don't want to be if I can in some way not um like I don't want to work and be miserable, right? Like I'll just take the SSI check, but if I can work and be somewhat like content and not be a taker from the system and put into the system, maybe like I'm not saying I like government. This isn't like a political thing about approving of Social Security or the government. But I don't want to be someone who's like a net drain on society. And obviously I'd like to have money, because I believe like that helps you get a wife, which I mean, some women might not care, which would be great if I could find one like that. Like that's what ideally you want. But I think a lot of women are gonna want children and also money, like not to be like a gold digger, but just somebody who can provide some amount, right? Like that's fair, that's reasonable. That's not a criticism actually. Um, but yeah, so that's it. God bless.